So I'm Colette. I'm fundraising manager, community manager, and I look after you guys, send the emails out, respond to emails. Yeah, just basically in charge of all our beautiful fundraisers, which is you guys. I've also got Jerry sitting here with me. Oh, she's on there.
Hi.
Talk.
Great at that time. I'm Jerry. I work for Level Water in events and fundraising, and I do a little bit of like communications as well. Yeah, so just really excited. I'm also swimming this year at our Shepperton 24-hour relay event. So I will be fundraising as well and putting tips and tricks into action, seeing it from both sides.
Mark, over to you.
Yeah, hi everyone. I am Mark Fox. I'm the head of community events at Level Water. Yeah, really excited. This is the first time we have run one of these live sort of fundraising sessions. So we'll also be asking for your feedback on at the end how useful and you know if you what you need from us and what makes this the most useful for our swimmers. So yeah, this is the first time we've run it. So yeah, looking forward to sort of catching up and giving you some key advice.
Lovely, thank you. And if anyone has any questions they think of along the way, definitely drop them into the chat and we can go through them as we're chatting. So as you are hopefully aware, we've launched a campaign where we're sending out swim badges to everyone that has set up their page and they've got their first £15 donation. That's relevant for us because a swimming lesson for a child costs £15. So you've funded your first swimming lesson for Level Water. We've put some out in the emails, but we'll send more information out. You get a lovely little postcard and you get a swim badge that, I don't know if you guys ever got them at school, but yeah, when you reached a certain distance and got a little badge that you could attach to things, we're sending those out for you to share them over socials and just advertise the fact that you are supporting us in what you are doing. The other end of that scale is that we are also doing a prize draw for everyone in our river swim. And all you've got to do is set up your Just Giving page. The amount we ask you to sort of aim towards is £250. So as soon as you get your first 250, you're entered into the draw. Then every 50 after that is another entry. So the more you raise, the more entries you have, the more probability you have of winning a prize. And these have all been donated by either supporters and friends of Level Water. It's absolutely incredible. Let me share the page with you because it's quite a phenomenal list. And this will apply to every swim. So for every swim we have, 2 people will win what we've got on this page. So hopefully that's in there and you can all see it. Yeah, so we're very thankful for all the supporters we've got sort of standing by us at the moment and allowing us to run this. We've just also, I think, Viva have just been confirmed as well, which is quite exciting. So 2 pairs of barefoot shoes as well for everyone. Lovely. Okay. I was going to run through. Would you all find it helpful going through a personalisation on Just Giving page, sort of showing you how to add a photo and update your bio and stuff? Should I do that quickly? Yeah? Okay. Let's have a little look. I'll share my screen with you all. 1 second, let me get the right one up. So this is my swoosh page. I've left it exactly as Just Giving sets it up. So you already have a nice little story in there. It's linked to the event because you can search for the event on Just Giving. And a very standard picture. In order to change any of this, you have to log in to Just Giving and then go to select your fundraising part. And then you go to this bit here at the top, it says edit page. So you've got your title. I could change that to Let's on a swoosh. Can also amend the URL and your target. So we could put in the 250, which is what we ask you to go towards. Or you could set yourself a little stretch target and double it. It's got the event, and then it's got the little write-up underneath. So you could leave this in, or you could also write something about yourself. And the reason we sort of mention about personalizing your pages is we've seen that people who do this have a much higher engagement with the people they're asking to support them. You're sort of sharing a bit of your story. I know we tell you a lot about the kids that you are helping by doing your fundraising, but people who are supporting you in this want to hear more about you and about why you're swimming, maybe why it's a challenge for you, why you've chosen to sign up to it. So you could put something in this little bit. You could leave the bit about the charity if you want them to find out more about us. Or you could write something in here. Like this would be my first 5K swim. 6K. Oh, 6K swim. Yeah. There we go. Good. Improving my event knowledge. And then you can pop a little photo on. So a little photo of yourself. So let's see what I've got. And you can move it around so you get the best part in there, not just your legs. And then save changes. And then it's just a bit about you. It's not so generic. Got a nice little title, a good photo in there. And you can, if you feel like it, if you're on Strava and you're sort of logging your training swims, you can link that up. So that updates the page automatically. And you can also put a little post in there and sort of keep your supporters updated on how your training's going, how you're feeling about the swim, what you're finding difficult, what you're really enjoying about it. Because they will then, if they've opted in to hear more from you, they get these little updates, and that can sort of, lead to further donations and getting much closer to your targets. Lovely. I know there's a few people who do more than one swim for us, and we've had questions about how to manage the fundraising in that respect. We find just setting up one page, link it to the event that's the furthest away, so then your page stays open for that duration of time, but change your bio to mention what events you're taking on and more about them and the training that you're going to have to do for it. Drop me an email. I'll put my email in the chat as well, so you can do that. So that means that I don't then send you a reminder to set up your page because you've already done it. And what this does is you don't have to ask the same people 2 or 3 times if you're swimming 2 or 3 times for us. You can just ask them once. And because you're doing something that's quite spectacular in terms of like 1 or 2 events or even 3 sometimes, that often leads to people being a bit more supportive and a bit more generous with what you're taking on. You put my email in there for you so you can let me know what you're doing. Lovely. I also had a chat with Just Giving last week, and they sort of follow the stats for us and give us insights into giving and how everything's going. They gave me some interesting information for the river swims. They've noticed that the key time that people donate to people fundraising for the river swims is Friday evening around 8 p.m. So when you're getting your asks out there, have a little think about that in your head, that it's probably because people are finishing up for the week, they're settling down, they're doing a bit of personal admin, they're switching off from work. So if you send through a little request about what you're taking on and the swim that you're doing and who you're raising the money for, that should hopefully get to them and they'll be more active with it rather than maybe on a Monday morning when they've got that work overwhelm and are setting off for the day or you've got their task list for the week. So that's quite interesting. I think there is a little peak on Mondays, but we've definitely noticed Friday afternoon, evenings is a great time for you to put an email out there or a little WhatsApp message to get people donating to you. I don't know if you guys have any questions. If you want to unmute, there's a nice little number of us in here, so feel free to unmute and ask anything if you would like. Yeah, go. Unmute yourself, then we can hear you.
Ian, still muted. We can't hear you.
Right, is that it?
Oh,
Perfect.
Right. I've never used Skype before. I'm new to this. Swimming I've done, but this I haven't. I met you at Chillwater in the Lake District year before last.
Yes.
And I was doing the level water swim then. I registered for this, but my big problem is I'm in Scotland. and your charity supports in England, really.
Yes.
I think it was Andy. There's one of the guys I've spoken with you. He's been
Yes.
trying to get in touch with Perth.
Mm-hmm.
And Perth Live Active is not in a good place, so I don't think he'll have got very far. But
Okay.
I'm prepared to do some work with kids or adults even myself next year. I'm just retiring this year, and next year I'd like to find the time to do that. All I would ask is that they can get access to the pool and that be paid for. I wouldn't want money for doing what I do.
Okay.
And I wouldn't be doing it in a big way. I'd just keep it at a limited amount of time. But I need to have something that I can say, this is happening in Scotland, to get an
Yes.
attraction. And I'm a member of quite a few open water swim things. And I think I could raise some money, but
Okay.
I'd have more interest if it was in Scotland as well.
Yeah, definitely. Let me chat to Andy, Ian,
I think
and
if I
see what
got a
we can
straight
line up.
phone call and a chat with Andy or yourself at a later
Mhm.
date, we'd maybe get somewhere. But I was wanting to get on this. I've got somebody coming to see me at 1 o'clock, so I can't stay long.
No
But
worries.
that's my input at the moment. And if I can chat to somebody later, you're welcome to call me. Okay?
That'll be wonderful, and that's a great idea. Let me chat to Andy, and I'll give you a call, Ian. We'll sort something
Right.
out.
Thanks. I'll listen to the rest of it now until I have to go.
Okay, thank you. Someone put their hand up. You just got telephone numbers,
Hi, sorry, my name is
534.
Janice, and I'm in London, and this is my first kind of big swim. And
Janice.
I've got two questions. I'm doing it with a friend, and I was just wondering, can we do a joint fundraising page? Is that all right?
Absolutely, yeah. So if you set it up together, or set one page up, put both of your information in. So say something about each other, personalize it. If you could double the target on the page,
Yeah.
just to incorporate that you're fundraising together, or yeah, stretch it to 500 or whatever you feel comfortable with past that, and that's great. Then and then drop me an email to say you're doing that, so that I don't chase either one of you.
Okay. And then the other question I had was, is it possible to visit one of the Level Water groups or something, just so that I have a bit more of an idea of what I'm fundraising for? Because I just think that would be quite good in the page to be able to say I've visited this and they're doing a great job or something. I'm in London. I don't know if there's any in East London.
We could, it's something we're definitely looking into. I think the only issue is sorry, I've got a real bad cough at the moment. Just with so many fundraisers, I think it would be quite tricky getting everyone to a pool visit, and a little bit overwhelming for the kids. Let me have a chat with our programs guy, because it is something we're in discussion about. So whether it is you coming to a lesson, or whether it's us getting more information out there, like more videos, more personalized stuff for you to be able to look at yourself and see the benefit you are having on these children, as well as something to send out to your supporters to show them the difference they are making.
Yeah.
But we're aware that's a big key thing, because that's, you know, you're fundraising for that reason, to support us. So we probably need to up what we're giving you to show the massive difference that you are making.
Yeah. Okay, thanks.
I suppose in the media, a good place to look for that would be, you know, the social media accounts. If you look through Instagram and Facebook, we've got like a number of case studies from pool visits that we do, you know, with footage and a bit of an explanation about the children and, you know, who they are and how it's helped them. So, yeah, there's also some great videos on YouTube as well. If you have a look for the para swimming Level Water. And then there's some nice interviews there of, like, you know, talking to some of the children that we support.
Okay, all right, that's great. Thank you.
That's lovely. I'll let me pop the YouTube channel in there. I'm so sorry about this cough.
I know, I've been with her all morning and she's been fine. She just waited for this, you know.
Hopefully
That is
this
not a
will.
live meeting.
Yes. That's
Don't want you
it.
told.
Oh. Right. Lovely. I don't know if that, hopefully that will link to our YouTube. Does anyone else have any fundraising questions, or anything they have come against that they found a little bit of stick, like when they ask people for support, there's something they don't have or something they feel they'd like to send out from us? No, all good. Lovely. Okay. Oh, yes. Great question. Jerry just mentioned we've got a fundraising hub online that we have sent out by email, but let me put the link in here. It's basically got loads of little tips on it. Um, examples of what copy to put out to your supporters. It's got the videos on there. It's got, I know some people love that face-to-face conversation, so to give in person. So we've got fundraising sheets on there if you wanted to keep a track of that. Yeah, by all means, have a little look through that and see what you can find. If there's something missing, drop me an email and we'll upload it and get it on there straight away, because we want you all to have as much as you need to be able to support us to keep doing what we're doing.
If I can just chip in there, yeah, with regards to what you were just saying, Colette, that's thank you for replying to my email. I've raised money with some sort of in a group with some old people, not like I'm one of them or anything, but they like sponsor forms rather than doing the online stuff. So if you want to use, there is a sponsor form available through that thing that Colette mentioned, which personally I find useful, because a lot of the people I'm asking for money don't do the online stuff.
Exactly that. And when you do, if you have a Just Giving page set up and you have that money sort of given to you, you can either transfer it to the charity via backs, but make sure you mark it on your page. So go into the edit function that we saw earlier, and you can mark it as offline fundraising, and that all goes towards your target. So it's similar if you've got, say, a trust or your employee does matched funding, that amount goes to your offline fundraising as well. So make sure you pop it all on there, because it all goes towards your target. And what that means is it goes towards you getting the prizes, but I suppose more importantly, it goes towards the lessons for the children. And you're just helping more kids learn to swim. My apologies. I'll be way better prepped for the next one. No coughing or runny noses. Yeah, I can't think of any other resources. I think there's something exciting that the charity's doing, and we've because of the fundraising that people like you are bringing in, we're able to offer another option at pools.
Yes.
And we're employing people who are called an inclusion specialist. Can't talk, Jerry. Will you be all right talking?
I can talk, but
Thank you very much.
So we've got inclusion specialists basically coming onto our team, which is really exciting, because it basically means that we don't need to have like a one-on-one lesson. We don't need that space in the pool that's just for one teacher and one child. That means that if there's a child with a disability, physical, or we're actually branching into helping other children with SEND, so that's going to include learning disabilities as well. And they want to join a group class, that they can with an inclusion specialist. So it'll be a bit like having a teaching assistant there, but our inclusion specialist will be trained on how to support children with needs. And they'll also be able to help pass some of that training on to all of the other swim teachers at the pool. So basically, we're kind of looking to them to kind of branch out knowledge on how to support children. It means we'll be able to get more children into lessons, because we don't need the pool space just for that one child. They'll be able to join a group with support. And then some children who are able to be in a group environment, it will just be a very different experience for them, because they'll be able to swim with their peers instead of needing a one-on-one. So we're just hoping that we're going to be able to support hundreds, and we're looking at supporting up to 1,000 children by the end of the year. So we're almost doubling in size really this year. So they're a really exciting new member to our team. It's going to allow us to grow and support loads of children all over the country, and hopefully Scotland, when we can find pools that will work with us there. So that's really exciting time to be in the industry. And I think we are kind of talking to the industry as a whole about being more inclusive and having the facilities and the support there for the children that need it as well. Janice, do you have a question?
Yeah, I just have another question. I've got a friend who's got a son who's not been able, he was doing swimming lessons, but he's got a progressive illness and he's not able to do the class lessons anymore. And I was wondering, is there any way of linking your fundraising to an individual like that to almost sponsor him to have lessons or something? or not?
Ooh, good question. At the moment, no. But it's an interesting point, just because I think, yeah, I'd have to look into it. We apply sort of the fundraising we get from these events sort of over everywhere that we have,
Yeah.
and also in setting up new initiatives and in that kind of sense. But yeah, let's drop me an email, Janice, and let's have a little chat.
Okay, because I just think that would be quite like a good way of getting, I'm sure all his family and friends would give. Do you know what I mean? Like much more
Yeah.
if it was specifically for one person than for just a general thing. But I also don't know, do you have any lessons kind of, are there lessons in London, in East London? There are.
Yeah, London's quite a good place for us. We started off in Putney. That's where our
Oh,
very
okay.
first school was. So yeah, we sort of built around that.
And north of the river, do you have anything?
I'll have a little look. Yeah, let me chat
Okay.
to Andy. Drop me an email. Let's have a chat, you and I, and then we can figure out where your friend is based. And yeah, we can bring Andy in. Andy works on our programs essentially. He looks after chats to all the children and the families, and also the pools. So yeah, he's a great person to sort of tap
And
into all
what's
that
your
knowledge.
email?
Colette, COLETTE,
Yeah.
@levelwater.org.
Okay, cool. All right, thank you.
Oh, we had Marco Powell
Colette,
for a minute.
I'm
Yes,
going to
go
have to
Ian.
go. I've got patients
Oh,
in.
no
All right.
worries.
See you
Okay,
later. I hope
let's
to
have a
hear from you
chat.
soon. Cheers now. Bye.
Yes,
Bye.
definitely. Thanks,
Bye.
Ian. Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys. I've got to go as well. I've got another meeting to go to.
No worries. Oh, thank you so much, Matt.
Thanks for the
Right.
information. Really useful.
Oh,
On my
good.
Skype call. Well, I got there.
I think
That's why I couldn't see out. I picked my son's glasses.
that you might still be here, Ian.
Right. You'd like to go through and take the seats.
Shall I go? Yes.
I'll take it now. Does anyone else have any questions or anything, or should we could end it here? It's been a nice 30 minutes. Yeah, we're going to run another one, so I'll sort of send an email out with a bit more notice this time and put a message in the Facebook group. But yeah, we'll run them again and bring more information in, bring more questions in, and maybe get some guest speakers. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining us. It's been lovely to see your faces and put faces to names, and see you again, Tim.
All right, bye-bye.
Lovely, thank you.
Claire.